Hi, everybody. Welcome. How are you? And I'm Teri, holding your space, and this is Oracles and Archetypes.
Yeah.
And Aley from Heart and Soul Connected.
Yeah.
So
Hi, everybody.
everybody's
Good to see you.
wandering in.
Yeah.
Hey, Bora Bora. Hi, Andy. Or Annie. Not Andy.
Annie. And Lottie and Mary. Wow.
Yeah. Everybody's
Welcome.
wandering in now.
Look at all
God,
those look at all those faces Mary gave us. That's wonderful.
I love that. Gosh, they're all so
Yeah,
happy
I
and one
know.
saintly. Yeah,
That's wonderful. Yeah,
that is
that's
cool.
wonderful.
That
It
is
is.
cool.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. Well, it's gonna be one of those days, people. I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
we
agree.
just had we were talking backstage. Allie had Debbie D on last
Mhm.
night, and I had Debbie D on today. She's got so many things to talk about that they don't really crisscross.
Right. Yeah. No. And she goes on vows and talks about something else. So, yeah, she's
Yeah.
fabulous. You can always go back and listen. If you don't get the meditation, you can go to the other one and listen. And yeah, she's very good with sharing her stuff. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all so ancient too. It was really, really interesting.
Yes.
But and we talk about that all the time, the ancient wisdom and remembering it.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's amazing. We were also talking backstage when I was talking to Debbie yesterday and how she had made a plan to do something. And then 2020 came along. And it kind of waylaid the plan she was doing. Like most of us had, if we had a plan, we had to wait. But she did say that actually for her, that's when her Lemurian light codes and her all the information came through. And I thought to myself, we all really did spend time, whether we knew it or not. We spend a lot of time preparing ourselves for now, and in different ways, but beautiful ways. So yeah, she's fabulous. Yep.
yeah, she
Yeah.
really is.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Amanda. Yeah, oh, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Debbie's got great Lemurian language. It lights you up. Any
Mhm.
questions?
Yep.
Um, hello, beautiful
Hi,
Linda.
Linda. I hope you're
Cindy.
feeling okay. She had surgery on her arm for
Oh
cancer,
yeah.
and she's gone right back to walking in the water, and I hope you're feeling more energy. You're just amazing, Linda. We love you. Yeah.
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
so happy for you, Linda, that that went
Uh-huh.
well. Yeah.
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 Lots going on here. And Mary Starshine, Mary, don't you have a birthday this week on the 18th? I wrote it
Really?
down somewhere, or else I put it in
That's
my
also
calendar.
Willow's birthday. Rooted Willow. She's on the 18th. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
hmm.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't know.
good, honey. I'm glad. Yeah, you were in your cave. Yeah, I think I was too. I was using whatever I was getting and growing with it between 21 and 22. So yeah, I agree with you. Oh, it's
Yeah.
Sunday.
Hmm.
Oh, good, honey.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Everybody's got birthdays coming up. I love this. I love
Lots
the
and lots
party
of
party.
Leos. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots
Yeah.
of Leos and lots of, what are we called? Not Marudas, we're called something like that, though. The
Oh.
ones if you're born on the 29th, the
Oh,
30th,
yeah.
and the
Yeah.
31st, then
Yes.
your
That's
central sun sign.
that's mine. That's mine. I'm one of those.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, we both
Crystalline or
are.
something. Crystalline energy or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Bora Bora. How are you? Oh my
Uh,
gosh, and Christine's here too.
Hi,
Um,
Christy.
Willow and you are both birthday sisters. I love that. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
amazing.
I know it.
Beautiful.
It's funny. When I was on with Mark yesterday, he and I were alone because nobody else could come in. That was fine because he and I have a great time. And he was born October 1st of 55, and I was born October 29th. So we're 2 days apart. And I think that's so funny. I always say it's my birthday brother, Mark, because he's so close. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Kevin Chandler's, one day off from mine, and
Okay.
we both have Australian Shepherd dogs. So, I
Oh,
know,
that's
it's funny.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're one of those crystalline people because you're on the 29th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it the 28th or does it start on the 29th?
I can't remember.
I
I
don't
have
know if
no
it's
recall.
the 28th or the 29th. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, either the 28th or the 29th, somewhere in there.
And Randy is too. She's March 29th. So
Oh.
Randy, yeah.
What's Chris? Oh my God,
Chris,
how was it?
That's great.
Oh,
That's great. I know.
how
That's
exciting, Chris.
I have to say, yesterday, apparently Kamala was with Joe and she was talking, and then she introduced Joe, and he was coming in to talk about some kind of a that he signed legislation for, something he did.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, did you see where dozens of people stood up and walked out because he was talking? I said, no. He said, yeah, they don't want to hear Joe. We're not interested. And they got up and left. And I thought, wow, that's really rude. That's unbelievable. It's just, I don't know.
You think that was staged? Do you think that's something that, I mean, I hate to say that
No.
somebody else did that, but
Could be. Or but I said to him, was it the news people?
oh,
And he said he didn't know what group of people walked out. First, I thought it was the news people, but she was there, and he was, they were talking together. But she introduced him as the greatest guy in the world, and which everybody still believes. Most of us do anyway. But it's like that energy. They didn't want that energy for some reason. It was staged, Mary. You think? Okay. Oh, you think it was MAGA, Linda? I wouldn't be surprised about that.
That's what I was kind of thinking, Linda. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't want to point fingers, but since you did, I'll confirm it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Mary Hernandez Walker. Lottie says, I had a friend as a kid who had the same first and middle name as me and was born on exactly the same day in the same year.
Wow. That is really cool. That is awesome. Yeah.
I had a girl that used to book me for jobs and years ago, and we found out that we had the same birthday. And then we found out that our mothers had been roommates at the same hospital. I know. So we had already met.
Yes, you had. What's the matter with you? You don't remember me?
And then today, we usually don't disclose who we're doing. We usually try to keep it a big surprise to each other. But today we were talking about who we were doing, and we both picked people with the same initials.
We did.
Which was
very interesting. Who probably never met. I wouldn't imagine those two would have ever met each other in real time.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Probably not.
Maybe, but probably not. Yeah.
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 Oh, okay, Chris. Shouldn't have.
Oh, yeah.
It does sound like them. But then at the same time, I'm surprised they didn't stay and do that. Nobody heckles her. They heckle him, but they don't heckle her. She don't put up with it. Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because what is that old saying about watch how we treat our elderly, our infirmed, and our young ones? And that's the sign of humanity.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they don't treat either one with any kind of respect. The only thing they treat children is they don't want them to be aborted, but they don't want to take care of them either.
No, they're not going to give you any money if you have one or take care of you. Yeah. Hey,
Hi,
Thomas. How you doing?
Nice to see you. Yeah.
I'm going to be on Thomas's channel pretty soon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know. Yes. I'm excited.
I know.
So yeah, it's weird how they do that, but she's a boss lady. I mean,
it's so funny because Trump says it, and my girlfriend's husband says she's such a ditz. She's not intelligent at all, and all that. And I thought, she has a law degree. She got, if I took the bar, she didn't pass it once. There's so many. Most people don't, but it only took one time for her to fail. JFK Jr. took it, I don't know, 20 times, something like that.
A lot. He took it a lot.
You're brilliant. Yeah, she's brilliant. And I thought to myself, it's the typical male thing, because I saw a lady post that she was on Facebook. She said something about she's a BITCH or she's something like that. And I thought, you are posting this? And I just deleted her. I don't have to see that if I don't want to anyway. But I thought, are you doing that because she's a woman or she's an African-American woman? What's the purpose, So anyway.
Yeah. We don't have to call each other names.
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying. Water lily, hello. Help.
I hope you're feeling better today, Water Lily. I hope you're, I didn't feel well. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hi, Pierrette.
Hello, beautiful. But yeah, it is interesting how people treat people, but it does seem like everybody's really pulling together on this one. And
mostly, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like my friends that are, what's left of them are Republicans, which we're all kind of coming back together again. And nobody, like, I never knew they were Republicans. I never knew that they were, not a liberal. I had no idea. Right. Never came up.
And well, it's funny. And when you find out, you're like, whoa. But it's time for that. And I'm hoping that does change, because it's just really, really sad that,
It's boring. I married a Republican.
Okay. Well, I've been married to 3 Republicans, so I know. But the 4th one is very liberal, like me. We're Bernie Sanders Democrats. That's how liberal we are. Yeah.
Well, he did vote for Barack Obama. So.
Oh, really? He did?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
In a heartbeat. Yeah.
Okay. Then that's what, and that's what they're saying. It's like, now we had a whole big Zoom meeting again, and it was, people over party or country over party, and all of these Republicans are voting, and they're saying, we don't believe in a lot of what she stands for, but we don't believe in that more. So wow. That's amazing.
His deal that he wanted people that were fiscally responsible.
Okay, so he's more libertarian. Your husband was more libertarian. Yeah.
He had his own business, and he wanted wanted people that were, and that was that. Aloha, Chris Queen. Let's see. Lots of people coming in.
Hi, Ness. Miss Ness. And
welcome. What Judge Alito led a movement to end women's right to vote when he was in college. Oh.
Unbelievable. And JD Vance just said, by the way, that most of us in the chat are postmenopausal ladies. Did you know that our only purpose in this life is to help raise grandchildren? That's we're no good otherwise. That's what he said.
Well, yeah.
And I don't have any, so I guess I should be dead. I don't know. So,
but do you have a cat?
I don't have a cat either, but I have 3 dogs, and they look like they could be a cat, so maybe that counts. Yeah.
Hi, Anya. Good to see you, honey.
Hi, honey. Yeah.
Yeah. Funny how people say that, but the Repubs always ruin the economy and the Dems fix it. Yeah.
Yes, spot on, Teresa Ford. Yep.
Right.
That's very true.
Yeah. It's just kind of like whatever. But but I sure do like the way things are going with her and him.
Me too.
So,
me too. And I haven't heard anybody say they don't like Tim Walz. Nobody. Everybody loves him. They think he's real,
Right.
Your cat's qualified. Well, they could, Marianne. Yeah. Because you're one of those cat ladies.
Right. Yeah. I have a cat. I have a cat and a dog and 2 kids, a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot right now. But this is our fun day.
It's a fun day. Yes, that's right. Yeah. That's right. So let's have some fun. Yeah.
Okay, let me pull up a picture.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. There we are. Dun dun dun
there he
dun.
Is. His name is CC, Charlie Chaplin. And of course, Charlie started as a silent film actor, and he was he had a little he perfected his shtick basically as the little tramp, and it became his sort of a moniker for him in the way that he walked and the way that he moved, especially in silent film. And when he got to the point where they didn't know whether or not he'd be able to cross into voice films, because no people in silent films, they'd never really talked out loud and heard, so they were like, well, we're not sure it's going to work for you. But when they did finally get him on there, he absolutely did fine. He was fine. He was a guy that he was an odd person. He is an English comic actor, and he actually was shut out of the United States after his last marriage to Una, whose father, I believe, was, oh God, who was it? It was a director, or it was somebody that was really important in Hollywood at the time. And Una was very young. She was born in 1943, and he was born in 1889. So you can see the age difference in the two of them was pretty huge, and that created a huge scandal. And he was, and basically that's when he was exiled. Let's see. The proximate cause of his exile was cancellation of his reentry permit by Harry Truman's Attorney General after Chaplin had taken his family abroad. And it was a sort of a war on him at the time. I do remember being a young woman, still living with my parents, and I don't think he got any Academy Awards or anything, but he did get the Lifetime Achievement Award, because I remember watching it, when I was at my parents' home. So it would have been probably in the earlier 70s. And they actually allowed him back into the country to get that award.
I kind of remember that.
Yeah. He really upset a lot of people. He also was a guy that was very frisky, let's put it that way. He was busy with the ladies whenever he was married. I will tell you that one of his granddaughters, who's named after his wife, Una Chaplin, was in a couple of TV shows that I've watched. And she's got some talent. She's a pretty talented gal herself. But I was telling Teri that there's so many movies that Charlie was in, most of them being movies that are silent. But the one that really stood out to me, and you can listen to the clip of it on YouTube, is The Little Dictator, or maybe that's not right. The Great Dictator, sorry. It was made in 1940, and that would have been, well, let's put it this way. That's your precursor to Hitler. So it was probably filmed in 39. So what he does in this movie is everybody's wearing these uniforms. They're not Nazi uniforms, but they have the same kind of, you know that's what they're trying to depict. And they have like an X instead on the arm. And they want him, he's at this huge rally, and they want him to come up and accept the nomination for being the dictator. And he gets up and he says, I don't want to do this. Why are we doing this? Women and men and children are being fought against. And it's such a fantastic speech he gives as this character that it's worth watching, even if you don't watch the entire movie. So it's called The Great Dictator, and it's Charlie Chaplin, and it's the speech he gives, if you're interested to see it. I just thought it was just fascinating. And I think the man had an awful lot of talent. He was very funny. He's considered one of the film industry's most important people. He did Modern Times, and he made many of the funniest and most popular films of his time. And he made most of them, well, not all of them, but most of them that were like, he did Easy Street. That was 1917. And Modern Times was in 1936. And then this Dictator one was in 1940. And I'm not sure if he did any after that, but he died on Christmas Day in 1977, and he lived with his family in Switzerland at the time. So he kind of exiled himself to Switzerland because of the there was a fabulous show about a biography on him, which I watched. I can't remember if it was on Netflix or Hulu or something. And I also watched one recently on Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. And most of us remember those people because, Laurel and Hardy and replays for Laurel and Hardy, or Abbott and Costello. But he was a solitary figure. And there were a lot of people that wanted to be, oh, you love it. Isn't that speech amazing? Hypnicity. I love it too. It just, it was so interesting that they dared to do it. Actually, it would be like us right now trying to do a pre-dictator film when actually we could go that way. Knock on wood, no way from me anyway. But it's like it's so poignant at the time. Oh, you need some belly laughs, Sal? I don't know if you'll get a belly laugh on this one, but he is pretty funny. So yeah, it was important, and it's important now, Amanda. We don't laugh enough. We don't fill ourselves with joy as much as we can do that. So it's been my feeling this week that we need to spend a little bit more time just doing that very thing. So I do get that he was the artist. I picked the Hermit card, and I really picked it because it wasn't of his choice, though, to be the hermit, but he was, he couldn't come back to the United States. So, he had to hermitize himself in some ways. I believe he was a sex addict. I really do. And I don't have any proof of that, but I'm pretty sure he was very busy with the ladies. And of course, she was 18, I think, and he was whatever the difference is in age. 1943, she was born, and 1889. That's a huge difference.
Lucky.
That's a huge difference right there.
Yeah.
He did swoop in sometimes and become the knight. Not always, but he could do that. He definitely was the rebel because he did whatever he darn wanted to. I got the gossip card, but I believe that people gossiped about him, and that's why he got sent out, because that was horrible what was going on. He had the beggar, sort of the little tramp was the beggar persona that he played. And he was a really good storyteller. He was a good actor. So I just thought he would be an interesting person to talk about today.
I like him. His humor for me was a little dry or something. Like I didn't get a hee hee ha ha belly laugh.
Well, and it's the age it was in, of course, too, that, people get subtleties differently in different times. You can watch something and, actually, if younger people even watch some of the things that are out there that are funny to us, they go,
Well, and a lot of the way they treated women in these older films, and I'm talking the 80s and 90s, even, were not, I mean, we wouldn't stand for it now. So
no, we wouldn't stand for it now. That's right.
Hypnicity's uncle did the stunt skiing and hit the ice. Dang.
Oh, I'll have to watch that. That's cool. Oh,
that's cool. Amazing, Hypnicity.
It is amazing. Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yep. We do all have PTSD from the last 10 years, right? Yeah. A collective
PTSD. Plus, all of us are still trying to deal with any childhood traumas that we're having or past life traumas. So Debbie mentioned that yesterday on the show, and I agree with her. It's not just what's been happening within the last 10 or 15 years here, or even less, but it's what we haven't sort of let go of that we've held on to, and we need to really let go of in order to find joy again.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
COVID psychosis. I love
There's a lot of people that have that. There's a lot of people that have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I'm hacking away every day, still trying to get into the last bout of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And a lot of people are having I almost wonder if he's got long COVID, and that's what all this is. It's just so weird. Nobody finds whatever it should be. So maybe it's something that nobody's really got their thumb on just yet. So, yeah.
Right.
It's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me pull up my little person.
She's got her CC now. And it's not CC Ryder. It's not CC Ryder. Remember CC Ryder?
I'm clicking the wrong thing. There we go. Share screen. Dun, dun. So I'm just going to sing this one song, and you guys all know who it is. Come on, baby.
Let's do the twist. Yeah, baby. Let's do the
twist.
Do.
There we go. Chubby checker. So, Arthur, Ease Your Mind said he tested C+. He's so funny. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, you thought it was Chuck Berry? Nope, it's Chubby Checker.
I love Chuck Berry Water Lily. He's one of my favorites. He's from St. Louis, Missouri.
Is he really? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I did Chuck Berry or Chubby Checkers. No, I can't remember who I did, you guys. So let me just tell you a little bit about Chubby. So his mom took him to see Sugar Child Robinson, a child piano prodigy, and Ernest Tubb when he was quite young. And he decided that he wanted to be an entertainer. By the time he was 11, he was singing in one of those little street bands that sing a cappella. And a harmony group. I think that's what they called him. Anyway, all through high school, he was in dramatics and whatnot. And then he worked at this little market. And his boss nicknamed him Chubby. And that's when like Fats Domino was out and a lot of people like that. So Chubby was not, a bad thing. But his boss had a recording done of him doing Christmas carols and sent it to Dick Clark. Dick Clark sent it out to all of his contacts for his Christmas card,
Cool.
and they got and that's how he was done. Yeah, Chuck Marion is a Missourian. That's for sure, Mary. So we'll take that guy. He's amazing. Anyway, so he got his first hit in 1959. And in June, he did the cover of The Twist. It was already out by another band, but it had been, it was a Grocery Checker. I think so.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Wow.
And so he did a cover of the band, and the guy at the record company said, oh, it's going to be the B side. It's not going to be a big deal. But he went out on his own for a year pushing the record and going into radio places and TV stations and saying, this is my new record. It's amazing. And finally it became a hit. It became such a big hit. It's like one of the number one hits ever, because not only was it the number one hit for 1959, 1960, but then I think in 1965 or something, whatever, again, it became a number one hit. It resurfaced.
Oh, because there is another song, Let's Twist Again, like we did last summer. That wasn't then? That wasn't the one, no. Okay.
No.
All right. All right.
So anyway, so he was really good. The Twist. Okay. And it also introduced the concept of dancing apart to the beat. So because you were kind of like, it was kind of on the off beat, right? Which reggae's like that, isn't it? In ska, you're dancing kind of the off beat.
Sure.
Anyway.
So all I can remember is the ladies really liked it because it was like exercising their waist when they kept twisting. And so it was almost like you were standing on one of those swivel things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my God, Mary, chiropractors love the twist.
Oh, yeah.
Make money for them.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was amazing. And anyway, so he did Let's Twist Again.
Yeah, he did that one. When did it come out? When did he do that one? Does it say?
I don't know. It's on another dance record.
Okay. It was 1960. Okay.
Yeah. And Twist It Up and Lottie Low.
Yeah.
Lottie Lottie Lee, Lottie. Is that
Oh,
him?
it was
Lottie
the
Low?
the biggest hit singles of 1961. So yeah, the twist worked.
Yeah.
So why not? Let's twist again.
A twist again, honey.
Yeah.
Anyway, he did pretty doggone well with that. I think
Yeah.
in 1960 he met his wife, like in Manila.
Oh.
And she was or maybe it was 62. Anyway, she was Miss World. She was Norwegian, and they
Wow.
married, and they're still married.
What?
So they've been married for what, 60 some years now,
Mm.
almost as long as Lori Hensinger, I think.
Yeah.
But so he's, he did well. And it was a biracial marriage, or it is a biracial marriage. And
Right.
at the time, that would have been considered
Oh yeah.
like 1 year earlier, he could have gone to jail for that.
Right. And depending on what state you lived in, it was even further into the 60s, I believe, that
Yeah.
that you couldn't marry biracially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and they're still married. I think they have 3 kids and then one daughter out of marriage who is a basketball star.
Wonderful.
And
But his last name isn't really Checker, right? It's because he was a checker in the store.
That's right. Oh, maybe that's why. That makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense. He was born Ernest Evans.
Oh, well, Chubby Checker sounds a lot more fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who did Limbo Rock, but I love that one. Yeah.
He did it. He did it.
He did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember the Limbo Rock. I loved it. Oh my God.
He did the Limbo Rock. He did.
Yeah.
Wow. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jump on the limbo stick.
Yeah, that was so stinking good. He was so good at so many things.
He was. Thanks, Mary Starshine. Yeah.
Yeah, he sold over 250 million copies of records. So
wow, that's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
We
always know more than we think we do. We've heard the song, but we don't know who sung it, perhaps. And then we realize, oh, I remember taking my friend when she was here to go to a Chicago concert. And she said, I don't know if I know very many songs. And I said, you will when you get there. Well, she knew every one. She just didn't know they were all Chicago. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. So I pulled his archetypes. He's definitely the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Also the visionary. So, he saw things ahead. And especially how he was able to promote his record by himself, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. He was a hero. So, and he was also a liberator because he got out there and sang his songs, and he really did bring music into white clubs and on white shows and things like that, where a lot of African Americans weren't there yet.
Yeah.
So integration. So which is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aley can sing really well, can't she?
Oh, you're crazy. Yeah. I just when I was a kid, I grew up singing everything. And then I learned all the lyrics and shit to all these songs that people don't even remember some of them anymore. And now I just said, I'm going to let it all hang out. So that's what you get, Annie. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Oh, you won a blue ribbon roller skating to Limbo Rock. Oh, 1981. Cool. Mary.
Oh, Mary.
I remember at my roller rink, they used to play Moni Moni. Ooh, Moni Moni. Yeah. I love
You know about that song? They had a name for it, and it was going to, they didn't know, they had like a different, like Mary, Mary, or something else. And then they looked out the window and they saw the Mutual Bank of New York, and they named it Moni instead. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
yeah.
A little something.
ABBA. I love ABBA.
Oh.
Yeah. The bees are flying in Sally's hair.
Oh.
Ruh-roh. Watch out.
And Annie Bear's got fighting hummingbirds around her. So They get very, very territorial, Annie.
Oh, do they?
Yes. They don't,
Wow.
you have to put out multiple things for them to feed on because they don't want to share with anybody. That's what I heard anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah,
Although I love one of their favorite songs they've ever sang. I love them all, ABBA, but I really love The Winner Takes It All. It's very poignant.
oh my
Yeah.
God. It breaks my heart. Somebody else covered that too, and it was really beautiful.
Yeah. And it was because she was breaking up with her husband, and she was married to one of them. It was like Agnetha was married to Benny or whatever, and they broke up, and she made that song, and they still sang together. Yeah.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's it was in the new remake of what is it? In the Grease show, not Grease that, but what's that show that's set in Greece on the island?
Oh, Mamma Mia. Mamma
Mamma
Mia.
Mia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really love ABBA. They're amazing.
Yeah, I do too. I do.
But it's a lot. Yeah.
And it was Benny. ABBA is named after the first initials of their names. It was Anna, Agnetha, Benny, and Bjorn. That's their names. So it's ABBA. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody here is, I'm sure you guys have, watched Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. It is, but I like the original. I like the original one.
Me too.
In Australia. Yeah, with Terrence Stamp. Oh my God. Be Still My Heart.
I know.
They are all just amazing. And Bob, the boyfriend.
I also love The Birdcage. I also love that movie.
I just rewatched that the other day. Yeah.
I like the plates, the plates and the cups had that very interesting design on them. Yeah.
Grecian, I think, weren't they? Yeah.
Another rubber tree.
Right? Get Aley
there goes another rubber tree plant.
Yeah.
Right.
They're good songs. They really are. But I did love that era of dance too. And Chuck Berry, I had my parents had given me this little pink cassette player. And it was a weird, like they were just figuring out like 8 tracks and all that stuff, right? Well, the cassettes were squares and they weren't very big. And so I think that I got like one of the very few that was ever made.
Wow.
So I got Chuck Berry with it and a pink cassette of Chuck Berry. And I played it nonstop. I
just saw, the Gen, I guess, is your son a Gen Zer? He's in his early 20s, I believe. Is that the generation?
He's 27.
He's okay. Well, anyway, they are going back to they want cassettes. They want to listen to cassettes. Does your son like that? Is he like that? No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
He has like perfect pitch. He hears perfect pitch. Wow. His ears are really amazing. And so he'll listen to LPs, but mostly he listens with his headphones to stuff.
Yeah. And that's back as well. The LPs and the small little record players. Yeah. That's cute. Yeah.
It's good. Mary, you saw Chuck at an outdoor concert in the early 70s.
Oh, cool.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, he fly scooted across the stage. I bet he did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. With his guitar and his foot up in the air. Yeah.
Robin Williams, he was amazing with me. Took part in movies that helped people heal and come together, educational and loving and community.
Yeah. He did. My favorite of his is the one where he's the teacher and what's the name of Dead Poets Society. And the kids walk in the room and sit down and he's up standing on the desk. And he said, why would I be up here from a different view? So I remember doing that in one of my classes one time. I got up and got on the desk, and I'm like, "Did you guys ever see this movie?" And I thought, boy, if people had been walking down the hall, they would have thought I lost my marbles. But it was so poignant when he did it, and the boys that were there really, really took a lot. They got up on the desk later, and they
I
stood up
love.
for him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great,
There's a
Sally.
report for that. Wow.
Captain, my
See?
captain. Yeah, it's a great movie.
She must be my cousin.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Lucky
Yeah.
you, Mary. Everybody still wants you to sing some more, Aley.
Oh, really?
Chrissy Motown. Motown. Amen. I
That's
took
right.
my sister to see Janet Jackson when she was in town. And this was about, I don't know, 7 years ago or 6 years ago,
Oh,
something like
cool.
that. And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, sure. Well, and then I took my daughter and some of her friends too, because I thought they need to see her,
Yeah.
they'll remember this for the
They'll
rest of their
remember this
lives.
later. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and they were quite young. And but it was like I stood up and danced through the whole thing. I think I was the only
I
one in the
bet you
group that
did.
did.
I
Yeah.
bet you did.
I just loved
I
it.
took my kids to see Casey and the Sunshine Band back in the 90s. And I was so excited because I love all their music, you know. And I get there and Casey is bald and a big fat guy. And I'm like, oh,
Oh, Casey, how could you do that to us?
I know. He was so cute. I thought he was
Yeah.
awesome. You know, really cute kid. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
that's true, Sally. We should do a disco night or karaoke night. Yeah.
Karaoke night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is trying to figure out, we have to do it on Zoom because we can't afford the copyright.
That's right. Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to afford the songs.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
your brother went to college with Robin Williams hypnicity?
Oh, that's
I
so
wonder what he
cool.
was like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, not disco. Okay, I get it, Sally. Yep. No, it's okay. We won't include disco, although I love disco. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, the sacred clown. That is a sacred thing, you know.
Yeah.
And this, like with rodeos too. The clown at the rodeo is there to save the cowboys and cowgirls.
True that.
You know? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't mind disco. Like I loved the Bee Gees.
I did too. No, I did too. But I didn't love it to the exclusion of everything else, but I did love it. You know, it's like everything probably though from about 2000 on, I'm not really into. I don't, there's nothing I really like. But even in the 90s, there were some songs like Donna Lewis, I love you always, forever, near and far, close and together.
Yeah,
You know, some of those songs my kids listen to. So
yeah, those were really nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, my daughter was really into was it School of Rock? Yeah, School of Rock was good. There were a bunch of them that were really good.
Sure.
But those little teenagers that sang Jesse McCartney and Zac Efron and Selena Gomez. I loved Selena Gomez. We went to see her.
Oh, you did? Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh, the College of Marin in California.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Patch Adams. That was really good, Mary. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Cry like a baby and then laugh. In college, there was a free Motown review in your field house that was packed. Still can't believe it was free. We saw the Temptations, the Four Tops, several times decades later.
I'm going to see them. Some of these people, there's a whole bunch of groups from the 70s and one from the Cowsills, if you remember the Cowsills. They're all coming to Puyallup Fair. And my friend and I, she's coming next week. We're going to go see that around Labor Day. We went last year to Chicago, but they didn't come back. But I can't wait. There's all these different bands that are playing. And yeah, it should be fun.
I loved them. I love the Temptations. Was that Psychedelic Shack? Yeah. That's where it's at.
Didn't you like the way that they danced and they'd all dance this way and then they'd come up this way and they're all in a line doing it. Yeah. It was so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah. They really had it all together, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
War and Cloud Nine. I can be who I wanna be, Cloud Nine. You ain't got no responsibility. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I love that.
Mm,
You
that's
love the
awesome.
Flower Girls.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It was so powerful, wasn't it?
Uh-huh. Yes, Buster
Okay.
Keaton was really good too. You're right, Amanda. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
glad you took a film class. I absolutely love teaching film classes. They're fun to teach. Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
Sandy's nephew crossed over at 18 and
Oh.
came to me later with a message from my sister, his mom. The message, tell her disco is dead. When I did, she laughed and she said she'd been listening to disco.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's so funny. Wow. Yeah,
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, Sandy,
I
but
know. That's sad. But what a cool message that he gave you.
yeah,
I want there was also a Bee Gees on one of the channels, and of course the one that's the oldest is the only one that's a living. And I
yeah,
always thought he was the handsomest one anyway. But the twins both died, and then Andy had died in the early '80s, late '70s,
something like that.
and so, but I think is it Robin? I think it's no, it's not Robin. It's Barry Gibb that's alive, I think, and
Yeah.
he can't talk about his brothers. He can't. He's like he can't do it. He's just he gets all balled up if he does. So
I
um,
watched a show about them, and they
did
were
you?
talking about how, usually it's brothers or sisters or family, um, like their instrument is their voice, and they're, because they share the same gene pool and they've been doing it since they were little kids a lot of times,
Yes.
that the way that they, harmonize, the harmony is different
Mhm.
than
Yeah.
anything you can do.
Anything that can be done with other people. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would think so. Hmm. Yeah.
yeah. The World According to
Oh, well,
Garp.
that was a good one. Hmm.
That was a good one. Does anybody remember, I read the book and then I saw the movie, um, Confederacy of Dunces?
I read the book, but I haven't seen the movie. I didn't know it was a movie.
I don't think there
Really?
is a movie that
Oh.
yeah, no, I was talking about, World According to Garp, but
Oh.
Confederacy of Dunces, you guys, it won a Pulitzer Prize, and
Oh.
it was a weird book, and this young man writes this book, and he'd been probably autistic, a little out of the norm, interesting guy. Anyway, he died, and his mom finds this manuscript, and she takes it in and gets it published, and it wins a Pulitzer Prize.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's hilarious. I mean, it's just out of this world bizarre, but
Hmm.
I laughed so hard, and I think I had a book, and it was like that thick because it was my summertime book, and I'd read it in the park or in the pool or at the park or wherever,
Right. Yeah.
and, it grew.
Oh, yeah. I bet it did. Yeah. Yes, because you
Yeah,
can't help it getting wet with certain things. And yeah, in the book.
yeah, yeah, for your mom when she had dementia. Yeah, nonstop.
It's very, very good. There was a guy that he wouldn't talk to anybody, he wouldn't do anything, he just sat all day, and they gave him a headset and all these 30s and 40s songs on it. And he started singing to them. And then he started interacting with people, and he had the dementia as well. So yeah, it's very powerful. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah.
awesome, Sally. That's a great thing to have for her. Yeah.
Yeah, you and Mary are like soul sisters today, Willow. They
Yeah.
had a bunch of stuff together on the last show too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Ness. Yeah, I love Charlie as well. Yeah, he was great. Oh, the Commodores with Lionel Richie, right? Yeah. Yes, I know.
We
He is
got
a
to we
Chris. I
got to
saw
meet him.
yeah. Yeah.
My sister used to work, she was a waitress and then she did room service at this really nice hotel in Kansas City, Crown Center Hotel. It's a Westin. Anyway,
Okay.
little ad there. But he came in and she'd give people a hard time and she'd get like, people give her tickets to stuff because she was just she was a you know what,
Uh-huh.
and gave him trouble back all the time. So he gave us like front row seats to see him come play. He was playing at Crown Center, or no, he was playing at Starlight Theater. Outdoors,
Barry? Are you
beautiful.
talking about Barry?
No, it was the Temptations.
Oh, the Temptations. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. That's right.
I'm a little off kilter here today.
No worries about it. No, never. Not a problem.
Tina.
Oh, yeah. Teri did one on Tina a while ago. Yeah, she did one.
Yeah.
She was the woman. Yeah. Wow. Hi, Carolyn. Nice to see you. Yeah.
Oh, the birthday girl.
So I have to say that Barry has assembled a group of his nephews, nieces, and children that are very inclined musically to sing with him. And so I think there'll be a second generation, so to speak. Then they'll probably sing those Bee Gees songs. But he did explain how a couple of things. One of the things that was really cool that he explained was they were going over, he was writing jive talking, and he didn't know how to start it out. And they went over, what is it, like bumps in the road that went do 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 like that. And he thought, oh, that's perfect. And he used that as the beginning of jive talking. So I love stuff like that. It's like, wow, because we wonder how they can think of what they're doing,
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just amazing.
I know who Tony is. Who's Tony Childs? I don't think I know who that is.
Let me look her up. Tony. But yeah, there were a lot of good bands back in the day. There still are.
Yeah. I did win a trivia contest with my best friend's ex-husband. We worked at the bank. They had us doing trivia. We won. And his wife, my best friend at the time, she still is. She said, well, you guys just have the most useless information stored in your brain.
Yeah, we do. She did Walk and Talk Like Angels, Take My Breath Away.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, she looked like she was really good. Maybe come see a bunch of you all once I start traveling again. Many stop at Mom's.
Yeah. Randy came by and Amanda came down and visited with me. And yeah, there's always apples, peaches, and pumpkin pie. That's a song, isn't it? Yes.
Ooh, Linda. Yeah. Robin Williams was misdiagnosed. That was part of his reason for leaving.
Didn't he? You don't think he had Lewy body? Because that's what they said he had. And they thought it was Parkinson's, but it can manifest the look of Parkinson's as well. He was always depressed, though. They said that he was extremely, extremely moody throughout his life.
So many brilliant people aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They can go on, and then when they switch off, they can't get those same endorphins.
Yeah. That's true, Susan. It's very true. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Definitely. Well, yeah. Phineas, Aley, the nostalgia show you did has been bringing up so much. What a great way to lift up the collective.
We need the joy. We need the joy so badly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
definitely. Definitely. Yeah, I love R&B music. Water Lily. Yeah. Tops and Blues. Aw. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you already do your nostalgia show?
Did I want to do it? Is that what
No, did you do one yet?
Well, I did one. It was funny. I was on with Marina and we started talking. I said that most of us were from Generation Jones, which is, I talked about that. And then we did a little bit, but remember that's when it cut off and people couldn't comment. So the next day I went in and did one by myself, and everybody that was, had felt like they wanted to say something was able to say something. Okay. And that was the day after on in the morning. So I have some other ones up my sleeve though. I got some other ones I'm thinking of doing. And, because I know that we have people from different generations that watch us as well. So,
yeah.
We talk
Yeah.
mostly about some of the 60s and 70s and maybe 80s, but I want everybody to feel like they can, because nostalgia is just always looking back to when you were kids, and so some people grew up later and
Yeah. And
have a
there's yeah. And the kids now, they love 80s, 90s music.
yes, they do. Yeah.
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 Somebody sent me something on Instagram or something, and it was they'd gone to the costume shop, and there's 90s clothing at the costume shop for Halloween now, you guys.
Oh, yeah. And you know what is coming back is the big padded shoulders for us ladies. I had the best sweaters with these big padded shoulders and great colors, but that was more 80s. That was more
Yeah.
and remember the hairstyles in the 80s were all over the place. Yeah.
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 You have a big flip in your hair right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And grunge, Sal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grunge too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had shoulder pads in my t-shirts that I'd put
Mhm.
in, and I'd wear a jacket with shoulder pads, and I'd wear a coat with shoulder pads.
Oh my God. Your shoulders are up here by your
Totally,
ears. Yeah.
totally.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Mary, you saw the 4 Tops at the Uptown? Oh my god. I would love
That's
that.
great.
Love,
Yeah.
love, love
What was
that.
your first band or person that you went to? Mine was Barry Manilow back in '78.
Oh my god, I
I was
love
in the front
Barry.
row. My friend's father owned the place he was singing, and she
Oh,
gave us tickets in the front row, and I just wanted to go away with him. He was
her name was
wonderful.
Lola. She
Yeah.
was the showgirl.
Oh, girl. That's
I
right.
was so in love with him.
And
Yeah,
I
no.
loved, Weekend in New England. Time in New England took me away.
Yeah,
I liked it because it came out at Christmas, and it will always remind me of, like, the Christmas of '75. I'll never
yeah.
forget that. Yeah, and everybody
Huh.
has those memories. Where were you when you remember this song? And so you're right, Water Lily. You do build on that because you've had so many memories. And if you were a military brat, you've been in different places in the world, and that must also bring in that kind of memory as well. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
that's
yeah, there's good music out there.
it really
Well,
is.
everybody, this has been so much fun.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, we didn't do any questions today, but we had fun talking.
We did, we did.
Um,
Yeah.
I saw that Barry Manilow's coming for his goodbye concert, but it's going to be at a big place, and I don't like big places.
Oh yeah. Well,
I like smaller
Elton. I
places.
finally saw Elton when he came, and that was I'd wanted to see him since '75, and this was like in 2010 maybe. And Elton did his last tour last year. So I
Yeah.
hope he enjoys his time with his sons because they're still little guys.
Yeah, they are still
Yeah.
quite young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Time to go do something, Sal. Me too. Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Crosby, Stills, Nash. You saw it. Princeton, Bora Bora. Wow. That's one of my
Ohio.
favorites.
Ohio. That's my favorite Crosby, Stills, and Nash song.
Yeah.
Tin soldiers and Nixon's coming.
Coming.
We're
We're
finally
finally on our
on.
own.
Last
Yeah.
night I heard the drumming. Born
Born
in
in
Ohio. That was
Ohio.
1970. Actually played it for my class and told them because they didn't know that there was a protest with the National Guard and shot down kids at that. But that song was amazing.
Was
Yeah.
that Kent State they were talking about?
Kent State. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Got to get down to it. Soldiers are gunning us down. Yeah.
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 Wow. Yeah. James
Yep.
Taylor. Love him. I've seen him several times. I saw a band nobody's ever heard of, Finnegan and Wood, for my first concert.
What was it? Dinnigan Wood?
Finnegan and Wood.
Finnegan Wood. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And I think they're like backup players now for a few
Okay.
bands. Yeah.
That's cool.
Bonnie
That's
Raitt came out last year on tour, and she had Mike Finnegan playing keyboards for her.
Mhm.
But wow.
Yeah,
Hypnoticity
Hypnoticity's a groupie because she also met the Monkees and went and had lunch with them at a and now she says she met Graham Nash. Oh, you
Dang.
did, Mary? Wow. Wow.
Oh, that's scary.
Juice Lucy? Is that what you're saying? Oh.
Juice Lucy, Anya.
Mm-mm.
Just
How about Susie Quattro? I love Susie Quattro.
Oh my God. I saw her several times.
Did
She
you
was
really?
really good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She would come and play at this little
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Pat
Oh,
Benatar.
that's David Bowie. Suffragette City. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know. No, you want to say hi to everybody?
Oh,
Go
the
ahead. Hello, everybody. Oh,
I
don't
know, I
sneeze
know,
in
I
my
know.
ear.
Oh, how sweet. Well, I better get going, people. It's
Yep.
been so nice to have everybody here. Thank you
Thank
all
you,
so much
everybody.
for being here.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
Aley, thank you for being here too.
Of course. Yep.
So we'll see you all next week. Have a great
Bye-bye,
one.
everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.